Hello, welcome back. It's my Facebook Live commitment, and I'm here again today to talk to you about time. Yes, time. Time is such an important thing. I think so many of us waste a lot of it. One of the things I realized that in every moment, I find how I can do the most in any possible situation to get the most out of it. And I want to talk to you about how to get more time in a day. So if that sounds good to you, say yes. And whether you're watching this live or recorded, say yes. So I know that you are here. And one of the things I found is we can get more done in a limited amount of time if we just learn to respect and organize time. So let me tell you what that looks like. One is getting organized. A lot of times people don't realize what they do in a day. If you were to write down right now what your day looks like literally start tracking everything. Years ago when I worked for IBM and MCI, I used to use the Franklin Planner. I don't know if you know what that is or remember what it is, but it was this big book that we used to carry around with our calendar. Today we use a phone, right? And that has everything in it. And what I do is everything I'd be doing, I'd write down. Like if I had to go see a client, if I was taking an order, if I was going to the dry cleaners, if I was getting my nails done, if I had to go do anything, I'd actually put it in the calendar and schedule it and make sure I put the time. And if I was doing things that weren't part of the time, like being here on Facebook, this would go on my calendar as Facebook Live, right? Or if I got lost on the internet, which I call it the abyss, where we just get online and we get lost for a while, I'd schedule that also. Well, I challenge you to start every day writing down every single thing you're doing and every thing to be accountable for your time for 1 week, just for a week, 7 days. And I'd like to see what happens. What I found when I did that is where I thought I was spending 5 minutes on Facebook, I found out it was more like 50. Where I thought I was spending 10 minutes here, it was more like 20. When I thought I was spending an hour doing something else, it was more like 30 minutes. Or what are you doing and how are you managing your time? You may be really surprised if you start tracking it. So for 1 week, I challenge you to track every single thing you do. Easiest way to do that is take out your calendar, and when you're doing something, no matter what it is, you're going to put it down. Now, what gets scheduled gets done, but you'll just put down what you're doing. And here's what's important about, I don't know if you can see the calendar or not because of the lighting, but when you're scheduling it and you have down what it is, you can see the stuff on the calendar. When you have what it is, you'll find out, you circle everything at the end of the week and look at what was productive and what wasn't. And when you know what your goals are, you know what your outcomes are, you know what you really want to accomplish in life or what gives you the most joy and pleasure and peace, then you start looking at, is this giving it to me? And are there things I need to delegate? So the first thing is get organized. Start tracking everything you do and find out, is it working? Is it not working? Is it getting me closer to where I want to be? Am I saying I'm doing things that are productive, but it's really just activity to kind of divert me from everything else I really want to do? So a way to do that is the night before, make sure everything that you say you must get done gets done first. If you've heard, Eat That Frog. Years ago, I read that book. Do the big and difficult things first. Get them out of the way, and then you'll find the little stuff will be taken care of. So that's one thing about managing time. Do the big things first. The other ones can be done. The second is identify what's the most productive time for you. For me, I have an expression, don't call me before 10 if you want to be my friend, because in the morning from 7 to 10, I get so much done. It's my personal time, from my morning rituals, from making our supplements, having a good breakfast, exercising, doing my morning rituals that make me put myself into a great mood and state of mind that I want to be able to do. I take care of a lot of the emails and other things that I can just get out of the way very quickly, and I can start my day. So what's your most productive times? I probably get done with more by 10 a.m. than most people get done by 10 p.m. because I've created these rituals for myself. That's my productive time. It is my most productive time. So what is it for you? If you have a child and they're taking a nap, maybe that's your most productive time. If it's right after work that you get more done, or different things within your work schedule that you're really productive and this is the time you're not interrupted and this is the best time for you to get the big stuff done, start recognizing what's your most productive time. The next is I don't live in to-do lists. I think that we have too many to-dos, and a lot of things we think we need to do won't actually give us the outcomes we want. So I'm in a result producing activity mode where I'm always looking at what's going to get me where I want to be. because years ago, I'd spend my time doing all kinds of things. Like I loved having a clean house. I still do. But today, I'm not willing to do it all myself. I maintain it during the week, but I have a cleaning service that does it. I have a belief that if it's less than $25 an hour, it's not my job. Now, if you're making $25 an hour, maybe if it's less than $15 an hour, it's not your job. Whatever the case is, that you have to look at, is it worth your time, or can you be doing something more productive? Now, here's the rule. If you're paying somebody to do something during that time, you have to be taking that time to be doing something that would make you more than what you're paying. So it's about leveraging time. This is how you get more time in a day. You stop majoring in the minors and you start majoring in the majors, right? You go into that. And then the other thing is to work on what I call an OPA, which is outcome, purpose, action. Find out what it is you really want to do. And I suggest you do it once a week or even once a day and say, what's my outcome for today? Why do I want it? Outcome is always outcome. P is purpose. Why am I doing it? And what's the action I need to take to get there? Well, when you know what the outcome is, so say the outcome is you want to spend quality time with your family. So that's an important one for me and Yardley. We love to spend time together. So another outcome I might have, which I do have, is to take care of myself and himself, and that's exercise. So it was like, okay, well, we want to spend time together. What does that mean? And the actions we take. So in order to make sure I can get both, I didn't just want to exercise by myself. I wanted to exercise with him. So we created an OPA around it. So the outcome was to get healthy. And in order to do that, how can we do that? Well, we can spend time together, which is important, but we can also get healthy at the same time. So we're leveraging our time. So we started doing exercises together twice a week, that we'd have a personal trainer come by, or we do it on our own, and we have a whole gym, and we take care of all the stuff and leverage our time. Outcome, purpose, action. Not to do, because I can say I have to exercise, I can have to clean the house, I have to put the papers away, I have to take care of the meals, I got to do all these things. Those are to-dos. But we look at the outcome, we may find there's an easier way to get there, and then maybe people can help us get there, that we don't have to do it ourselves. So it changes the perspective. If you are that person that likes to do the to-do list, then here's something I'm going to tell you to do. Make it the night before. Your unconscious mind will find a way for you to be most productive in doing it, and what gets scheduled gets done. So put it in your calendar. Make sure it's in there as a time. Here's what I found is if I put it in my calendar, it's there. So funny. Handsome turns around one day, and I've been really busy and very blessed with helping a lot of people personally and professionally. And he turns around and he just puts in the end game, right? The movie came out, the end game, he wanted it to go. So he puts it in my calendar. He knows if it's in my calendar, I'll go. So what gets scheduled gets done. So he even puts his dates in my calendar so that he has access to it, so that he can make sure it happens. So schedule it and make sure you make the time for what's really important. And if the thing you need the most is that quality time, make sure you schedule it. You know, if you want to find more time in the day, sometimes it's really being aware of the diversions that are coming in. Yeah, I remember years ago, I don't know if it was Dale Carnegie or Earl Nightingale where I learned this from, but I think it was Dale Carnegie talked about not going to your emails until you're ready to do something about it. Turn off all your notifications. That's right. Turn off your notifications from Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and email. Turn them all off. And here's what you do. Only go when you're ready to take care of it. What does that mean? Is if you're not ready to respond to the emails and you're going into email and you got to go back to it later, you just wasted time. All you have to do is say, okay, well, for me, it's when I get up in the morning, actually, after I go through my rituals, I go to my emails. The first thing I do, I take care of what needs to be done. I flag it and I take care of it in that moment. That way I don't have to go back and do it later, because that would take more time opening it, figuring out what it is, reading it again, doing that. Think about the wasting of time, where if you know that you're going to go do it and you can finish it, you're allotting the time for that. You will save time in the day. So making sure that you're doing that and you're being smart about it too. Another time waster is looking at your emails all day. You can actually set up an autoresponder telling people, I'm only going to look at my email twice a day. So let them know in case of emergency and you're expecting a response sooner, please call me at this number. Oh my God, that just brought me so many hours back in my day. I had no idea how many times I was being interrupted in flow of thought to answer something and keep coming back and forth when I just decided I'm just going there this time and this time. I gave them the times I'd be available and I took care of it, and so much more got done. And when you create a schedule, stick to it, not deviate from it, because you're going to lose time. You're going to feel like you're trying to catch up. So that's a big thing. You know, things that waste your time. I hate to say it's Facebook, but here's what it is. Like, put yourself on a diet of how much time you're willing to give it. Another thing that wastes time is TV. You know, TV is such a time stealer. Did you know that the waves of the TV actually slows your brain down? Like, literally, studies show it slows your brain down. So I turn around, it's like my husband loves watching TV. He loves movies and everything else. And that's the way he turns off for the day and kind of relaxes and everything else. But the thing is, I go into zombie mode. I was like, I don't like that. I want to be functioning. So there's no TVs in my house until I'm ready, like just the very, very end of the day. I don't even want to be disrupted. The energy messes me up, so I won't even let them turn on in the house. It's true. I'm very strong about that. And the other thing is do double duty and find the way to leverage yourself. If you have other people in your home or in your office where you can be delegating and asking for help, learn to ask for help. You do not need to be Superman or Superwoman doing everything. Learning to leverage yourself is really important in time management. And anytime I can, like my assistant does things for me, my associates do things for me. You know, I find things that I know what my strengths are, and that's what I'll do. But other things I needed to learn to delegate. And here's another tip: learn to say no. Yes, 2-letter words, a full sentence, learn to say no. Too often we do not say no to what doesn't serve us, and we end up getting ourselves caught into things, doing things for best intentions, but finding out that we're hurting ourselves, not even realizing it. So learn to say no, and you're going to find that will be better. And the last tip I want to give you is to avoid interruptions. That's right. Turn off the phones, turn off other things, let people know this is what you're doing. And if it doesn't, you know, if the phone call comes in, let it go to voicemail. Look, no one's going to die that you didn't answer the phone. And if they did die, this sounds awful. You can't do anything about it. So let things go to voicemail, get you the stuff done that you need to get done, and watch how you will have more time at the end of the day and more day to do what you want with, and more fun to be able to do all the things you love and be with the people you want to be with, and be more productive to be able to have a better business, a better life, a better career, and all the other things that you may be looking to have. So if this was of help to you, why don't you write down what you took from it? Give me a little tidbit. I'd love to hear what you're taking away from it. Share it with a friend, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, love you. See you then.